Baby, we live. Our love, what up? Man, appreciate you for that intro that you putting together for me. I appreciate that. This is Rob the Man Media, baby. And we here talking Colorado football. We're talking about depth chart update 2. All right. We talking about the second update to the Colorado depth chart for week 1 against TCU. All right. I'm gonna go through this depth chart. Now, this depth chart is not my depth chart. I'm gonna put one out probably end of this week. But this is a depth chart that the DMVR put out yesterday. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go in depth. We're gonna really talk about this depth chart that DMVR put out. My depth chart will be coming out probably Sunday for our Sunday talk. So be on the lookout because I will have a call-in show on Sunday. I'm going to have a call-in show on Sunday. So be ready, get pumped, because when I go into that depth chart 2 of my version of the depth chart, be ready for it because Sunday we are going to be going at it. You can call in on Sunday. I have my laptop back, be ready to go. So be on tune. We got some things in store. So let's kick it off. We're gonna start with the offensive side first. QB1, we already know who it is. Shedeur freaking Sanders. Baby! No need for me to go into that or why he's the starter. No need for me to go in that. But starting at running back, we got Otto Makowski. Now, Otto, the question with Otto is, will he be healthy, right? If Otto's not healthy, the starter is going to be Savion Wilkerson. Why should I tell you? Starter going to be Savion. DNVR don't know what the hell what they're talking about. That starting lineup is... That's why that's why we here. That's why we talking about it, right? Because the DNVR, they don't like you to have your opinion about the roster and about the depth chart and going back and forth. On my show, we going back at it. We gonna really break this down. We gonna really talk about it. Who should be starting, who shouldn't be starting, and we gonna get into it. So that's what we here for. All right. Alto starting first game. If he's healthy, that's gonna be the biggest question because we really don't know, right? We haven't seen him take any contact, anything like that, so we don't really know how healthy Otto is. I'll say this: if Otto does not start first game, it's going to be Savion Wilkerson. Savion Wilkerson is going to start. Mark my words. If Otto don't start, Savion Wilkerson is going to start. All right. Let's get to the wide receivers. All right. Actually, go back to running back. Wilkerson's gonna start. You're gonna see a lot of Dylan Edwards. You're gonna see Smoke. You're gonna see a 3-back rotation. I know they said they want to do 2, but within the first couple of weeks, I see a 3 running back rotation. Which 3 running backs is gonna be? If Otto's healthy, we're gonna have Otto, Wilkerson, Dylan Edwards. If Otto can't go, then you see Smoke. You'll see Wilkerson and Edwards. So, what up, Jonas? All right, now get into the wide receivers, man. This is like a no-brainer. I don't even know. It shouldn't be no arguments right here about the wide receivers, right? You got Travis, you got Jimmy, Xavier, Javon Antonio. There shouldn't be no argument about that. We know who the top 4 receivers are, right? I know they did a three receiver, but we gonna go for a wide. We might come out that first one with Mikey Harris, but you're gonna see us in a lot of 4 wide receiver sets. All right, so we know it's gonna be Travis, Jimmy, Xavier, and Javon. Like that's just a no-brainer. We don't even need to really get into that. They need to run the spread offense with 4 wide receivers. It's hard to keep Antonio off the field. J5, Travis Hunter, and Weaver will be the starters. Yeah, that's something we already know. Hey, Miss Salty. Hey, Miss Jennifer. I said the same. I see 3 running backs this week. Listen, the first couple weeks we're gonna go 3 running backs. As we get to like Oregon, USC, we're gonna get down to 2. The third one is always gonna be Dylan Edwards because he does a lot of different things, but I don't consider him as a running back. So that's why I don't really put him in that category. Coach Fleet is going with Otto, bro. They just don't want to get him hit. You can say that, but at the same time, if your first contact is in the game, you got to think about like all the mental things that come with it. I'm not saying that Otto wouldn't be ready. or it wouldn't be a fit, but you got to think about it from the logic of contact matters, right? Because if you're not used to contact, you get into a game, you get contact, you might foam the ball, you might do something because you're not used to it. Hey, Miss Patricia. So you got to think about those things when it comes to certain skill sets of not being hit in practice. Like you can't get into a game and get hit, man. That's just not. You don't want to put a kid in that situation. That's all I'm saying. You just don't want to put a kid in that situation. All right. So we already know who the wide receivers are. I don't even need to go into depth. Tight end, Mikey Harrison. That's who I got starting. DVNR got him starting too. So we good there. Offensive line. This word is like, all right, man. Let's just talk some real stuff, right? All right. GCL, big 16, big tank. We know he gonna probably start at left tackle. Left guard, until I see, I'm going Tyler Brown. I don't care what nobody got to say. I'm going Tyler Brown. I'm not putting no Jack Bailey in there. I'm not putting no Landon Beebe. I am going with Tyler Brown. It ain't going to take Tyler Brown long enough to get his lungs equated back to the altitude, ready to go practicing. I don't care they put Jack Bailey there. I don't care Jack Bailey's been starting in the scrimmages. I'm telling you right now, when Tyler Brown's a full go, you're going to see how he moving people out the way. His blocking, his technique, his formation is going to be ready to go, right? I like Jack Bailey as a backup, but give me Tyler Brown all day long. But Zion, to your point, I do like Jack Bailey, but I would kick Jack Bailey to right guard, right? I would have Tyler Brown and Jack Bailey in both, right? Because Jack Bailey does know the offense, which is a great thing, but I want both of them at the guard spots, right? And my backup being Landon Beebe. That's what I want, right? We can agree to disagree on that, but that's what I want, right? We start talking about offensive line, where people should be at. Hey, give me Tyler Brown at that left guard. Give me Jack Bailey at that right guard, right? That's what I see, right? I've been saying that since day one, but that's what I see. Center, there's no doubt who that center is, right? Mr. Van Bam Bam Wales, man. Ready to rock, baby. Mr. Bam himself. Ready to bam something over, man. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Jack Bailey has to be in the starting lineup. Landon Beebe should be second string. Yes, I do agree with that. Landon Beebe should be second string. He is the backup center. He's the backup guard. But with Tyler Brown being out, I do got Landon Beebe as that next person up, right? But when we put things together, right, based upon who's practicing right now, you have to put Jack Bailey and Landon Beebe in. But my starters, when I post on Sunday, when we do starters and I do my call-in show on Sunday, I'm going to have Tyler Brown and Jack Bailey in at the guard spots. So you can just, whether it's right guard, left guard, doesn't matter. I'm going to have both of them in. Right guard, right? DVNR, they got Landon Beebe. I got Jack Bailey. All right, so there's the agreement, disagreement. Our other offensive linemen, Washington, I don't think nobody's really going to knock Washington out. I mean, out of that right tackle position, I like him starting at right tackle. So there's the offense, right? We got it. So I'm going to go back through it. Quarterback, Shedeur. Running back, Savion, if Otto is not. Wide receivers, we got Travis, we got Horn, Weaver, and Javon. Tight end, Mikey Harris. Offensive line, Big Tank, Jack Bailey, Wells, Brown, Washington. All right? Those are the starters. All right? This where things get interesting, right? Because this is what we really got to talk, family. This is what we got to talk about this defense. This is where things are going to get the controversy, right? It's not much the defensive line, the linebackers, it's the DBs. That is where the argument is. So Jonas, a good question, right? I mean, that's a good statement, right? Washington's going to struggle against speed rushers, right? The thing that you got to worry about is how much is Washington really going to be in pass coverage, or how much are they going to really just let him set? Because they're going to make Washington pull a lot. You're going to be surprised at what they do with Washington. Washington is going to be the person that's going to be pulling a lot. So that's why I don't really worry about speed rushes against him. because of the way they're going to use him. But that is a good statement. That's a good statement. I appreciate that. 108 in South Texas. Golly. Sheesh. I don't think Savion will win at starting position as Otto doesn't. Man, listen. I'm telling you right now, Coach Fleet is going to go with somebody he's comfortable with. He's been with Savion through the ringer, ins and out. He's going to go with Savion. I'm telling you. He's going to go. If Otto don't start, he's going with Savion. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you what's going to happen. Coach Fleet, that's his boy. Coach said they would rotate a lot, so it doesn't matter who starts. It's going to come down to who's productive. I'm telling you right now, Savion going to be productive. You can forget that. Like, that's one thing he will do. All I know is that the defensive line better have good conditioning when they play TCU. All right. So now we get into this defense, man, because this defense is what's going to be. They brought Otto to be the man. Jones, I understand that, but if he's not healthy, he's not ready to go. That's where the question mark is. You don't really truly know what Otto's going to be first game, right? It's about mental. It ain't about the physical. Physical part, Otto's probably ready. But the mental part of the game is where Otto has to be ready, right? And if he's not there, you can't put a kid and risk a kid in that situation because it's just not worth it. We got too many games in the season, right? We could bring him, come in Nebraska and bust somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? So we got a bunch of running backs. I said Wilkerson will start his way. We'll find a way to start when he came. Yeah, he's gonna start. If Otto not starting, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna go with the trusted man. That's just what it is. But here's what I'll say: if Otto's out of that yellow jersey by Saturday's scrimmage, he's gonna start at TCU. If Otto is out of the yellow jersey by Saturday and he plays in the scrimmage, he's gonna start. That's what I would tell you. Savell Small was in there. What up, Big LT? I think our offense is pretty much set. We all know. Thank you. We all know that, right? The defense is what we got to talk about because this is where it just like everybody saying this, everybody saying that. Like let's talk about this, family. We're going to start with the D-line. We're going to position by position. We're going to start the D-line first, right? So here's what DV and Art said for they starters, not mine. I'm putting out my starters on Sunday, all right? This is who they say. Starting at DM, Jordan Dominique, all right? I think we can all agree upon that. Bishop Thomas at defensive tackle. That's one of the players I really like. Shane Coates, he's a leader on the defense, so we can see there. And then we got Taj Austin, all right? So what do y'all think about the defensive line? I got D-Mac starting over Austin, but I can understand why they put him in there. But I'm going with D-Mac. But I just want to know what's y'all opinion on this defensive line because what I see, I'm taking D-Mac over Austin, but I can understand why they take Austin, right? I can understand that. So let's talk about it, family. Who we got? They start preparing for TCU next week, I believe. So they are having starters by this weekend. Man, they've been preparing for TCU out the gate. They ain't playing around with TCU. They've been preparing for them. It's just when they're preparing for TCU, you're never gonna see that on film. So the places they're running for TCU, for offense and defense, you won't see that on film. They're not gonna show you that on Well Off. You're not gonna see it on any pregame Well Off, Reach the People media. They're already preparing for TCU. You just don't know what they're preparing for because they're not going to show you. All right. I'm Zion. I'm not sure Austin starting over D-Mac. I got D-Mac starting, but we're talking the DVNR. They got Taj Austin starting. So this based off what they got starting. That's what we talking about. What I got starting, I got D-Mac. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what it is, man. I think D-Mac is starting for sure. The question is, we gonna get to corner. Just wait, Salty. We gonna get to corner. We gonna talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Trust and believe. We gonna talk about that. But I think everybody got D-Mac starting, so we cool at the D line, right? Linebacker. I disagree with their linebackers, right? Only one. They got Levante Bentley and they got Demore Kennedy. Everybody know, if you've been watching my show, Demore Kennedy, that's my X factor on defense. I got him starting hands down. I do not got Bentley starting. Do you like McNeil starting? I do. I do like so McNeil is one of the people I do got penciled in right now. I got him over Bishop Thomas. I like Bishop Thomas more as a pass rusher, but I like McNeil as a run stopper. But Bishop is getting better and better and better at run stopping right now. You seen what he did to the offensive line. You seen what he did to Jack Bailey. Put that boy on his back. Hey, man, watch out, little boy. Sit down, man. And he flexed on him. Hey, he coming. He coming, man. He getting better. I feel they will rotate, looking at mismatches on a game-by-game basis, still learning personnel. Listen, the first 3 games is all going to be rotation, right? They're not really going to truly know who they riding with until the 4th or 5th game. That's what I'm going to say. What Bentley, I feel, is automatic. Been kind of quiet, though. So, I'm about to talk to you about Bentley, right? I like Bentley. My biggest thing with Bentley is he get lost a lot. If you really watch Bentley, he gets lost when it comes to dissecting plays a lot. And that's the only reason, the real reason why I don't like Bentley starting. But I can see him starting. I can see him, Marvin Ham, starting, right? But the person that I truly, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, we talk about who's going to be out there, who's going to be playing. I got Demore Kennedy and B. Gant. Those are my 2 dogs. I got at linebacker. Those are my 2 dogs I got at linebacker. Because one thing for sure, we can be so multiple with both of them where they can cover, they can stop the run, they can diagnose plays. Those what I love. Bentley scares me at times when it comes to diagnosing plays, and that's the only reason why I say I don't really like Bentley starting. Bentley is more of a run stopper, but you got to think about it is, do we need Bentley to stop the run against TCU, or do we need him in pass coverage? That's where B. Gant and Demore Kennedy comes in play, because we don't got to sub them out. We can just keep them out there. You're going to have to sub Bentley out on passing downs. You're going to have to sub them out. Versus when you got Demore Kennedy and B. Gant in there, you don't got to sub them out. If you got Ham in there with them, you don't got to sub them out, because they could be 3-down traditional linebackers. That's the difference, and that's why I say that. Bishop really reminds me of Aaron Donaldson. Short, stringy, and quick. I like that comparison. But what I would say with Bishop has to get more consistent. Key word with our defensive line is consistency. We get more consistent on the D-line, look the heck out. Look the heck out. But consistency will be the key. Marvin Ham was a 4th, though. So the top 4 linebackers, like, let's just keep it real. We already know the top 4 linebackers is Bentley, Demore Kennedy, B. Gant, and Ham. Those are the top 4 linebackers. All right. Those are the top 4 linebackers. Drew's coming along. He's playing catch up right now, Zion. Drew is coming along. Don't sleep on a kid from London. That came over. Don't sleep on Champion. Champion is a big linebacker. He's a big linebacker. But I think with Champion, I think he might end up getting redshirted this year. So that's my only skeptical. But he's gonna play. I think he'll play in the first 4 games. He'll play a lot of special teams. When it comes to like Brown, they gonna Kofi. Yes, Kofi. Don't sleep on Kofi. Don't sleep on Brown. They're gonna use him like as a Michael Parson from the Cowboys. That's how they're gonna use him. They're gonna have him at linebacker. They're gonna have him in coverage. They're gonna have him blitzing. They're gonna have him edge rushing. Like, they're gonna have Brown doing much more things than just being a traditional linebacker. Like a DeMar Kinney, you can see him in space. But, you know, Rob, I was talking about that transfer portal lineman from UAB. Oh, no, John, I haven't heard anything yet on him. But honestly, when you look at that, man, he's like, football started in 2 weeks. You can't, like, how long you gonna take to make a decision? No matter where you go, he ain't really finna play. He gonna play, but it's gonna take him a lot more time to get used to the playbook. But he's a senior, so it ain't gonna take them that much time. But if he does choose Colorado, getting used to the altitude, getting used to those things, he'll be straight. But yes, that D line I didn't know you talking about. I'm mind blank. I was thinking about that the linebacker from Tennessee when I seen Drew. I was thinking about that linebacker from Tennessee, but I haven't heard anything back yet on him. All right, so this is where the fun begins. Let's talk about these defensive backs. Let's talk about these defensive backs. Do y'all want to start with the safeties or do y'all want to start with the corners? What do y'all want to start with? Because this is where things get interesting. This is where things get interesting. Hey, Mr. Loris, the only thing I see from TCU is size in the trenches. But here's the thing, though. You can have size in the trenches, but if we got the speed, the power, the finesse to get around those big linemen, that ain't even going to matter. It ain't even going to matter. But if y'all know me, y'all say talk about the safeties first, let's do it. Let's get into it. All right. Now, y'all know, when y'all seen this on DVR, I know a lot of y'all probably thought about me. When they had Trevor Woods up there, I ain't having it. I don't want to see no Trevor Woods in safety. If I'm telling you right now, and Trevor Woods in coverage, I don't want to see it. You give me Trevor Woods in a box, I'm taking it all day long. You give me Trevor Woods, come out, play run support, play the outside linebacker, I'm cool with it. You give me Trevor Woods as you talking about covering in safety and being a rangy safety, I ain't having it. Until proven, I ain't having it. I'm telling you right now, if Trevor Woods goes out there and proves to me wrong that he's a better cover safety this year, I come in here and I give my respect. That's just what I do. If I see something, hey, I'm going to give my respect and we're going to talk about it. Listen, Coach Prime, I get it that Coach Prime talking about Trevor Woods, right? But you got to understand what he's talking about Trevor Woods about. He's always saying Trevor, like, here's the thing, right? Trevor Woods is a smart IQ player. The problem is he just don't make plays in those situations. That's the problem. Like, when it's time for him to make plays in coverage in space, Trevor Woods is going to get turned around or wide receiver going to get an easy catch. Every single time. I don't want to see it. But when you talk about Trevor Woods come down and land that wood, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, right? Because I've seen it happen. I've seen Trevor Woods come down and lay the wood. I've seen him come down and make tackles and make plays at the line of scrimmage. I just don't like him in coverage. That's always what I said. If you turn the tape on and you watch Trevor Woods in coverage, no matter what it is, he is getting turned around like he in preschool. Like, come on, man. You should learn, right? You're the deepest man. So what's the one thing you gonna do? You gotta be the deepest out of everybody. You don't undercut nothing. You're the deepest out of everybody. No matter what, your last line of defense. Stay there. All right? But when it's time to make that play, some reason, somehow, he don't make the play. He don't make it. That's all I'm saying. All right? I'm done with Trevor Woods. All right? Now, safety number 2. We all know who this is. Mr. Headache Game CEO himself, Shiloh Sanders. Ain't nobody disagreeing that Shiloh shouldn't be starting. If you disagree that Shiloh shouldn't be starting, I don't know what to tell you, man. You losing your mind, man. You might need to go get tested. But Shiloh Sanders, number 2, we good there. I could tell your Bentley. What? Oh, Bentley will be on special teams because he can't read plays. You gonna be surprised who on special teams. I'm gonna say this. You guys are going to be surprised on who's on special teams. All right. All right. So the third safety, DVNR had was Jaquez Robinson. I'm a big fan of Jaquez, right? I love seeing him in that rover in that star position. But here's what I'm gonna say. For my starting safeties, when I release my starting safeties, I got Shiloh, I got Roger Ward, and I got Travis J. Those are my 3 starters. But if we got to go off of week 1 and Travis J not going to start, I will put Jaquez in there. So I will have Shiloh, Roger Ward, Quez. Those are my 3 starters, right? If we're going off just based on week 1, right? If it's the season, give me Travis J all day long. I'm telling you right now. Give Trevor a Bubba Baker safety role. Yes, yeah, I can see that. Troy Polamalu, right? Coming down there, hitting somebody, blitzing. Give me Trevor Woods in that role. I'm good. I just don't want him covering nobody. That's all. Lead it up to Shiloh. Lead it up to Quez. Covering people. I'm good. All right. So what do we think about the safety before we? What do we think? All right. Who are your 3 starting safeties? Let's talk about it. Who are your 3 starting safeties? TCU. So I'm not going to say if healthy. Who are your 3 starters come TCU? My 3 starters, I got Roger Ward, Shiloh, Jaquez. Those are my 3 starters. The only reason why is because my boy Travis J ain't healthy. My boy Travis J was healthy. Hands down, Travis J, I'm taking him. Y'all can say what y'all want, but Trevor will be on the field, though. I'm not saying he won't be. I never say he won't play. Trevor Woods going to play. That's one thing about one thing. He going to play. The way he's going to have to play because of how many safeties we got, how many corners we got, and we're playing 3 safeties, so he's going to have to play. So that's what I'm going to say. He going to play. I just don't trust his ability and coverage until proven wrong. That's what I'm saying. All right. Now, let's get to the corners. Here we go. We already know who cornerback number 1 is. Quarterback number 1, Mr. Travis freaking Hunter. That's who it is, right? Give your top 5 corners after Travis. All right. So, I will give it. I got Travis. I got Cooper. I got Cormani. I got Carter. Then Breedlove. In that order. Those are my top 5. So if you heard what I just said, that means I got Cooper starting at the other corner, at corner 2. I got Carter and Cormani are the 2 backups, and then I got Breedlove. Carter Stoudemire, that boy gonna play. That boy is gonna play. Oh, you can't forget about Cam. I ain't forget about Cam. I just asked who y'all starters was. I didn't forget about Cam. Cam is one of the. He's gonna play. All right, he's gonna play. I seen Carter Stoudemire getting beat as well and well off. Every DB gets beat. Yes, every DB gets beat. But one of the things that I would say with Carter Stoudemire has that size. He's long. He's physical. He's in a position. The thing about him is understanding better technique, right? Everything gonna come down to being a great technician. At corner, it's about being a great technician. If you're a great technician, you're going to put yourself in position. Now, here's the thing that I would tell y'all. Do not get lost and well off on when things happen, because most of the time when you see Carter getting beat, is there a D-line rushing the quarterback, or is just 7-on-7, right? Once you put that D line and that pressure start coming, that's going to buy you a couple of seconds for recovery. That's going to buy you opportunities to get interceptions for pass breakup. That's what I would tell you guys. So we can't always get caught up in like, man. Now, Breelove, it don't matter if there's a defensive line out there, offensive line out there, or what it is. Breelove just getting picked on, manhandled. But he's getting better, right? Every day he's getting better. And what you guys don't see a lot is when the defense do get stops, they don't really show it because they try to make it so much of offense. They don't really show you a lot of great plays by the defense because they want you to tune in. They want your mind to like, man, I can imagine this happening. I can imagine that happen. This gonna happen. That gonna happen. And so that's why they always show you more offensive clips than defensive clips. Tell you right now, Carter Stoudemire has probably made a lot of plays that y'all ain't seen on film. Breelove made plays that y'all haven't seen on film. You know, we know what Travis do. Travis just do what he do, right? But they've shown Travis get beat. They've shown that he's human. But in reality, how many I would play the odds on Travis Hunter getting beat over the rest of our corners getting beat? I'll take that odd any day of the week. You can't tell me different. I would take it. You can't tell me different. But what I'm telling y'all, man, you can't buy into everything that you see on Well Off because you're only seeing a limited view on certain things. You're only going to see stuff on certain things. Oh, we going to get into punt and kickoff return. We getting into that next. But I'm not putting Breelove back there. I'm just going to tell you that out loud. I'm not putting him back there. Who y'all trust in a critical situation, Carter or Cooper? That's a great question, Trey. That's a great question. That one got me to think. I would say depend on the receiver type. That's what I'm saying. If it's a speedy wide receiver, I'm going to take Cooper. If it's a big physical receiver, give me Carter. So it depends on type in that matchup. In critical situation, depends on type. That's what I would say. Cormani is going to be ready. Coach Prime will take care of that young. Listen, I'm not going to go into my segment about Cormani because everybody always asks me this, right? What do I think about Cormani? Cormani is going to play. I say Cormani is not going to start first game. And I know everybody get mad at me. But Cormani is not going to start because he's still adjusting to college football. He's still adjusting. He's going to be fine. He's going to make mistakes. All of our corners are going to make mistakes, right? That's just what's going to happen. So, I'm going to leave it at that. But if it comes down to situational football, you know, red zone area, give me Carter over Cooper. I'm telling you that right now. If it comes down and we're in a situation and we're in a critical situation and it's coming down to a touchdown, give me Carter. Give me Carter. I'm taking that big physical corner. But I can see them lining up Cooper, Carter, and Travis out there at the same time. Just as well as I can see Cormani, Carter, and Travis out there at the same time. Don't sleep because we can do a lot of different combinations. The only thing I'll say about our cornerbacks is our depth, right? How many true corners do we have in the depth? That's the only thing that I would say when it comes to our corners, right? With Travis Hunter playing both sides, our depth is what it's gonna be the thing. So, thank you for everybody that's tuning in. I'm telling you right now, if you're not subscribed to the page, come Sunday, you will not be able to leave any comments on the page because I will be making this subscriber only to comment. So I'm telling you right now, if you're not like, share, subscribe right now with that notification bell on, you're gonna be missing out because Sunday when we do this live show and we have this call-in session, it's gonna get real and you're gonna want to comment. So if you're in here, you're watching, and you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm telling you right now, you better get subscribed to the channel because Sunday I will be making it subscribers only. I will have my moderators to lock in. If you're not a subscriber, you won't be able to comment. So be on the lookout because it's coming. Another thing, key announcement. I have a sponsor for the show, Ben Stamp. It's a sports betting company. I will be rolling something out on Sunday. But I do got a sponsor for my show. I appreciate them for the support of that. They will be sponsoring a tailgate for the Nebraska game. So if you're going to the Nebraska game, get at me. Let me know. Hit me on Twitter. Inbox me on Instagram. I will be doing a tailgate. So I just need to know how many people, projectedly going so I can send a budget into them so they can send me the fundings for everything. So if you're going to the Nebraska game, you're going to be tailgating. I will be there. Let me know so I can get the funding and we can have a great time. Try to connect, and you never know. We might have a live show there. We might have a live show there. Tell you right now, Life in Football will be there. John the Liquidator will be there. So we might have a combo show pre-game for you guys at my tailgate party. All right? So be on the lookout. We got some exclusive stuff coming to you guys. Be ready to go. I'm making some things happen behind the scenes. If anybody else knows some sponsor that want to sponsor this show, let me know because I'm here for it. Shout out to Our Love. He finna make this fire intro for me. So we got some things cooking up. Be ready on the lookout because things are going up. The show's going to another level, baby. Let's go. That's the best thing about freshmen corners. They don't have a bad memory. All they can do is learn technique, correct who plays. So it's good. Last year wasn't always there. So but there is a big adjustment period though, right? You don't want a freshman to lose confidence, right? Because think about it, right? When you start talking about freshmen, right, the biggest thing they got to get adjusted to, right? A high school to college, right? Going from a high school setting of class to a college setting of class. If you've been to college, you understand it's completely different, right? Completely different. All right. So we got that. The film study, right? If you ain't never had to watch film and study stuff in high school, and now you have to watch film for the first time in college, you ain't gonna know what to do. So you're gonna have to get with somebody, right? So those are two things right there off the top, right? Then you got practice. Then you got to understand technique. There's a lot of things that come into like being a freshman in college in the game. Some people are just naturally gifted that they can just go out and do it. But a lot of players, there's a big learning curve, right? There's a big adjustment, and you got away with a lot of things in high school that you can't get away in college. Think about it. Think about how many players that's in high school that don't have to go 100%. They can get away with going 60%. Think about that logically. They can get away with playing at 60% in high school and get to college and understand that they got to play at 100%. It's a big adjustment. Thank you for the donation, Miss Jennifer. I appreciate that. If you like to donate, Cash App is $Rob the Man 10. I do appreciate that donation, Miss Jennifer. Rob, what do you think about the kickers? All right. So let's get into special teams because we haven't talked about special teams. So when we talk about short range kicking, Mata is going to be the kicker. We talk about long range kicking, it's going to be Feely. All right. So we're going to have two kickers. We talk about kicking something from 55 yards to 65. Feely's going to be kicking. Anything 40 and in, Mata's going to be kicking. I don't know why Coach Prime want to do it. I'm just reporting you what's going on in Boulder. All right? I'm just reporting. Jace has that leg. He does have that leg. Nah, he does. All right. Kickoff return. Kickoff return. So, my kickoff return, I got Willie Gaines, Dylan Edwards. is my top 2. All right. I got 4 in total. So my top 2, Willie Gaines and Edwards. My next 2, Jimmy Horn and Dawson. Those are my next 2, right? And the only reason I would take J5 over Willie Gaines, my thing of it is because J5 is playing more offensive plays than he played at South Florida, I don't know how much they really want to put him back on kick return. That's my thing, right? You want to limit him to as less hits as possible to be more effective and play longevity in the game. So that's why I would say I wouldn't put J5 back there. And because Willie Gaines is the backup, that's part of the reason why I put Willie Gaines back there. Because if you know Coach Prime really don't like putting starters out there on kickoff return. He really don't. So with that being said, that's why I'm giving Willie and Dylan Edwards the nod back there right now. All right. You go at some point throughout the game, depending on the score, you're gonna see J5 and you're gonna see Dawson back there. Tell you this right now, them two gonna be back there. Them two are like top 3 fastest on the team. They're gonna be back there. Punt return. Here's my thing with punt return. Everything is gonna be situational based on punt return. If we're down and we need a big time play, J5 is gonna be back there. You're gonna see J5 1, you're gonna see Dawson 2, you're gonna see Dylan Edwards 3, Willie Gaines 4. If it comes down to a critical situation. But my starting punt returner will probably be Willie Gaines. That's more than likely who I have. So, but you make my point, Big LT. You making my point. You making my point, right? Long field goals, Philly, because of the power. Moderate accuracy, short field goals. You making my point right there, baby. Love it. Love it. But I know everybody, I get this question like every day about special teams, like kickoff, punt return, who's you? My top 4 guys for special teams when it comes to kickoff, punt return, Dawson, Willie Gaines, J5, Edwards. That's who it is. But Coach Prime do not like starters. He do not like putting starters on kickoff return. I'm telling you this. I've seen this. He's talked about this. If you watch him at JSU, if you're in that starting receiver group, you're more than likely you're not going to be on kickoff return. And he will change it every week. If you drop the ball, you will not be out there on special teams. Ask my boy, Coleman from the Lou. That's at Louisville right now. He dropped a couple punts. Took him off of there. Messed up on kickoff return. Took him out of there. So I'm telling you right now, if it comes to certain situations, you put the ball on the ground, you ain't going to be out there. I'm telling you this right now. Coach Prime ain't having it. So, my boy Coleman, I wish he was at Colorado, but he chose to go to Louisville. It is what it is. Nothing but love. My boy from St. Louis. They had Kermani on kickoff team. Yes, they did have Kermani on kickoff team. So, that's the interesting part about, kickoff. Who's going to be on that kickoff coverage? I can tell you who one person going to be on that kickoff. Breelove. He going to be on that kickoff. He going to be on that kickoff. Oh, you want to talk about that speed? You want to talk about that speed? All right, cool. Why does Breelove be out there? Breelove will definitely be out there. Kind of wish Kevin Coleman would have came to see you. Trust me, I would have loved for Kevin Coleman to come. I would have loved for him to come. That's my boy from the Lou. I would have loved to see him out here in Colorado. But I think he made the best business decision for him. And he went to an offense where he's going to be the man. So you got to understand, like, he had a great connection with Shedeur. But when you talk about, you got Travis J, you got Willie. You got Travis. I said Travis J. You got Travis Hunter. You got Jimmy Horn. You got Weaver and you got Javon Antonio, putting them in that mix, that's gonna be tough. Because I'm taking my boy Coleman all day long. I don't care what nobody. I'm taking Coleman, and him and J5 in the slot. That's some nasty combination. But it's like, who do you take out, right? Because you got Travis, you got Weaver, you got, Javon Antonio. Who do you take out? Somebody got to come out. But the way they rotate, I would have loved to see Coleman here. Trust and believe. I really don't see Willie getting too much playing time this year. Willie is going to get playing time. Willie is going to get playing time. I'm telling you this. They rotate a lot at the wide receiver. If you have, I'm telling you right now, if you have not watched any film from JSU, I would tell you right now, go watch film from JSU. They rotate 10 wide receivers all throughout the game. They're going to rotate all throughout the game. It's all going to be depending on whose rotation it is. Because they play everything of, hey, you got 2 series, boom, after these 2 series, this person come in. If you miss a play, you make a mistake, you out, this person's in. So they got a smooth rotation. Willie Gaines is in that second string offense. He's going to play. All right? So my second string wide receivers, let's talk about it. Second string wide receivers. You got Willie Gaines, you got Dawson, you got Marion Miller, you got Adam Hawkins. All right? And then Caleb Mathis is number 9. And then you got Jalen from they came from Baylor. All right, so those are the 6. Right, so that makes it 10. Those 10 will be traveling to TCU. All right, telling you this right now, those are gonna be the 10. Weaver's on his last ride. He's gonna ball out this season before he goes to leave. Listen, it's Javon Antonio's last year. Like. Weaver and Javon Antonio ain't gonna be there next year. I'm telling you right now, they're not gonna be there next year. J5 just need to have a great season. He's gonna be out of there. All right, Dawson has to come back. Hopkins is gonna be back. All the freshmen gonna be back. So I don't need to name all the freshmen. They're gonna be back. But tell you right now, Jimmy Horn, I starting wide receivers are looking to get up out of there. Only person that's going to be returning is Travis because Travis has to return. That's just what it is. That's why I say Kermani and Carter should get better. They're going to play against grown men who are going to the league. Yes, they're playing against grown men every day. Every day. Think about it, right? I see people like, they see Kermani on the second team. But in reality, if you really look at Kermani being on the second team, is really a blessing. Because now, guess who he's matching up against? He's matching up against the starting wide receivers. So now you're going against Travis, you're going against Javon, you're going against Weaver, you're going against Horn, right? Every single day. So Kermani being on second team is a blessing because he's playing against the best. Think about it. If Kermani's on the first team at practice, then he's going against the second team on offense, right? Which is not saying that there's a bad thing, but you're playing against players that's going to the NFL versus players that's going to be back there next year. There's a difference. They mind think differently, right? They work ethic is different. They study different, right? They move different. So you really got to be on top of your game. If you fall asleep, guess what? It's 6 to the house. You know what I'm saying? Versus our second team, wide receiver, they might shut it down. They might take a play off. The starter's not going to take a playoff because they know they got to get ready for TCU. They know how much they got to jail. But that's just what it is. All right? But, again, thank everybody for tuning in. I'm about to jump off. I will be back live later on today. Doing a well-off reaction, Reach the People reaction later on today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're not tuned into the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when I go live, you know what it is. We will be doing a live call-in show on Sunday, so be tuned. Everything will be live and up and ready to go on Sunday, so be prepared. It's coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Rob the Man Media. Baby, back with another live, and a peace out.